Hi guys, hi, it's me Ghost Girl again. I'm in the woods today, but I'm in like a different part from last time because I thought that lady and her kids last time was such a big distraction. Like, it was so annoying that I had to actually refilm a whole video all over again. So I'm in a different part of the woods. It is an even deeper bit, but there is like a public path somewhere because I've definitely heard folk like while I've been here, and there was like kids here that were like screaming earlier and playing, and so I didn't really want to film while there was like, you could hear like kids in the background or whatever. So today is going to be the second part of my story. I hope you guys enjoyed the first part. I've heard that quite a few people enjoyed like the first part of my story, so I'm going to be reading the second bit. Sorry if you hear like any noises or that in the background. There is a helicopter flying above me. Also, there is like construction work. There's like houses like around here somewhere, and there is like construction work like going on. So if you hear like any banging noises or that, it is there. So today I'm going to be reading to you part 2. I've written a second part of that story that I wrote, that I read to you like last time. So I've just dropped my notepad, hang on. It just fell. There we go, got it. But well, yeah, part 2 is going to be read today. Go back on the thing. So yeah, that's part 2. I've also got to remind you about the story time thing. So it is 5 weeks. 5 weeks to go for my story time video series. If you're still interested in making an entry, then you can comment down below, or you can message me on Twitter or tweet me, and I will contact you to let you know for information on how you can submit your story. I have had a few more people applying for their stories since last week, which is really good. You're more than welcome to submit more than one story if you feel like you have more than one story that would be good enough. I hope so, the more the merrier. I hope you guys have enjoyed this story that I'm about to tell you. So here it is. Here is part 2 of Andromeda. Forget my notepad. It's very difficult to do. Also, excuse my very poor reading skills. I'm very highly dyslexic, and this is actually very difficult for me to hold up a phone and read a notepad at the same time. I'm kind of leaning on a kind of log kind of stick thing, and it is very awkward. But I'll try and read this kind of as best as I can. There was like a big log bit where I was sitting last time, but I couldn't really find that bit. And hopefully I don't get stuck in the woods and get lost, because I've never really been this far into the woods before. So hopefully I'll get out of here and you'll get another part 3 from me next week, like another story from me. Okay, so here we go. Estella loved her goats. She would feed them puka seeds, which were little blue seeds that came from a lilac-coloured crop that grew in the fields in the countryside of her planet. The goats loved puka seeds and would quickly gobble them up. And then Estella would say, "Honestly, you three, you'd think yous were starving and yous didn't get enough food." Estella would often milk the goats. and use their milk to make goat's cheese. People would travel for miles just to try her recipe. Estella would often look back on the days where she met her 3 best friends. Bloody page. Right, here we go. It was on a... Wait, this is part 2, right? Yeah. It was on a wet day, a wet, damp, cloudy, rainy day. Estella had a very caring heart, and she would often travel a lot around the planet. She often cared about all animals and creatures and plants in nature, from the biggest massive animal or tree to the tiniest, smallest blade of grass or insect. She loved everything to do with nature or animals. One day she was travelling to Gal, a nearby city, to buy supplies for a new greenhouse that she wanted to build. She took her car and flew to Gal. She loved her car, but unlike any normal car from this planet, her car did not have wheels. Instead, where the wheels would be were lights that came out from the bottom of the car, and the car would often hover or fly, and she could travel as fast as light speed on her car. She would often go on a fly whenever the weather was nice, and would often travel around the planet on this peculiar day. However, the weather was very grim, to say the least. She took her car and flew the car above the clouds, above the stormy weather. As she was flying her car, she could see clear blue skies above her and the dark grey storm clouds below. When she reached Gal, she prepared the car for landing and started to descend down to the city below. The city was full of long, tall skyscrapers, and millions of cars flew around the city. There was lots of platforms where people could fly their cars into the building and park their cars. Estella flew through the city in search of a nearby car park, where she was quickly able to find one. So she flew her car around to the 20th floor, where there was an entrance to the car park, and flew her car into the building and landed her car into one of the spaces. She then got out her car and took the escalator to the ground floor. The garden store that sold the supplies she needed was only a few streets away, so she decided to just walk the rest of the way. Stupid notepad. My arm is killing me. So that is part 2. Sorry, this is very awkward. That is part 2. Ta-da! So I hope you liked part 2 of this story. It was kind of a bit awkward to do that, so my arm was hurting, so if there's kind of like swaying and things going on, yeah, it was just really awkward. That was it. So kind of awkward to kind of hard and awkward to hold a notepad and hold a phone camera at the same time, especially out in the middle of the woods. So please cut me some slack, guys, for fuck's sake. So I hope you guys enjoyed that story. That was part 2 of Andromeda. I need to give that a chapter name. The chapter name, the title of this video will be, that is the chapter name. I've yet to come up with the chapter name, but by the time I publish this video, that will be the chapter name. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe to my channel, comment down below. Also, don't forget to notify me if you're interested in entering my storytime competition. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter, which is in the link linked in the description down below. Bye.